Welcome to My View from the Woods. Today we're back in the planting room. I'm going to modify my microgreen growing system and we're going to start using power tools. Let's get started. Oh wait, since we're using power tools, safety first. That's why I got the high-vis shirt on. The reason I want to modify my growing system for microgreens is that they were a little hard to water from the top. I think I was a little inconsistent with watering. It was a little bit tough to water them when they were young. I was always afraid that no matter how gentle I did it, even with a spray bottle, that I was going to take the seeds out of the soil. So Backyard Eden and Big Pond Farm both water from the bottom. Of course, with my trays, there's no holes in the bottom, so I'm gonna, well, this one there's two, but that was just some practice. But I'm gonna take the next 5 trays I have and I'm going to see if I can put some holes in the bottom of them and then either use another tub to put water or I'll put them in a big planting tray. I'll show you later how I plan on watering them from the bottom. So let's get started. To put the holes in the bottom of the containers, I'm going to use a 3/16 inch bit. I'm going to put, I don't know, 12 to 14 holes across the bottom of the container. I taped them up. They sort of want to crack when the drill bit goes through. So I put some tape on the bottom to see if that would help with the cracking. So let's get started. Well, I wouldn't call that a win. They all pretty much cracked. One bad enough where you can't even use it. The other ones, I can get at least a use out of them. So let's try another method. If you can't beat something to submission, let's burn it. We'll just heat up the drill bit and let it push through the plastic. See how this works. Work good, I guess, if you have patience. There. That worked just fine. A couple little cracks, but for what we need, at least for this trial run, it'll work. If the system works, then we'll modify the system and make it faster. The next part about the modification is that I want to grow a full tray of each variety, and of course the seeds are different sizes. So the last time I had about 1,000 seeds per tray. That seemed to work out pretty good for the 3 that I did. They were nice and full. I think I'm going to lower it a little bit to 800, but of course each seed has a different weight. So I did some internet research, made a spreadsheet, and maybe what I'll do is I'll neaten the spreadsheet up and make a PDF of it and put it on the web page or the blog post that goes along with this video. You can go to myviewfromthewoods.com and you can find that post, and then it'll be a free download. You just download the spreadsheet or the PDF of the spreadsheet. They'll give you average seeds. Again, this is from internet research. It may or may not be right. I'm going to go through and figure it out. I bought an ounce of each of these: radish, basil, kohlrabi, kale, and cilantro. Of course, I used to use junk mail for doing math on. So I figured out through my internet research that radishes have about 93 seeds per gram. So to get 800 on a tray, I'm going to have to put 8.6 grams across that tray. While something like kale has 350 seeds per gram. So I'm only going to have to put 2.5 grams of seeds to get my 800 seeds on the tray. And then the one I'm really worried about is the cilantro, the coriander. It's 80 grams 80 seeds per gram, so that's going to work out to 10 grams. See if I can put 10 grams across one of these 8x5 trays and see how it works. So I'm going to get a scale, I'm going to tear out a little jar, I'm going to pour in one of the varieties. I'm going to start with radishes. I already have my containers filled with soil and pre-labeled, and we'll see how this goes. Again, you saw the look on that face? I think I'm lacking confidence here. Yeah, it's all experiments. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the radishes. I have some organic champion radishes here. This is from Everwild Farms. I like these packages because they're Mylar. There's an ounce package. They're Mylar, so with a Ziploc, I can zip it back up afterwards. Sorry, get it in the film here, in the picture here. I can zip this up afterwards and it'll seal much tighter. Again, it's an ounce. From Everwild, it was pretty inexpensive. So what I'm going to do is, for radishes, I need 8.6 grams to get 800 seeds, or approximately 100 seeds. I'm going to pour some into this tiered vessel, pour them into my crushed pepper container, and sprinkle them across the top, and we'll see how it goes. First, that's assuming I can get into the container. There we go. Let's see what 8.6 grams looks like. I feel like I'm at Gold Rush. Oops, that's 9.2. So I got too many in. Put some back in. Wish this was gold and not radish seeds. Well, that's 8.7. That's close enough. 8.7 grams. So we'll see how these spread across the surface. I'm hoping this makes it easier to distribute the seeds. They're coming out pretty good. They're pretty large, as you can see. Push them in so they don't go anywhere. And remember, I'm going to use the stack method. You can use the little icon at the top of the video to see that video if you want. Shows you how I do the stack method. So basically what I'll do is I'll take another tray, place them right on top. Just leave them stacked up. When those seeds sprout, it actually lifts the container right off of it. Dropped another one out. Well, you ain't going to get them perfect, so I think that's pretty good. So what do you think of that for distribution? I think that works pretty good. I think it looks good. Let's move on to another one. This time I'm doing basil, just the regular old plain basil. The seeds even smell good. Basil has 620 seeds per gram, so all I need is 1.3 grams or thereabouts to get 800 seeds. That's not very much. So this will be a little bit more of a challenge. I need 1.3. 1.3 is right there. I don't think that's enough. But we're gonna test it. We're gonna stick with this theory and see how it goes. And if it's not enough, then the next time I add more. Well, that's how I'm gonna narrow it down. That looks pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, now we're going to plant some purple Vienna kohlrabi. Kohlrabi has, or at least this variety has 261 seeds per gram, so I need 3.1 grams. The kohlrabi seeds seem to work pretty good too. It seems like a nice even space. Again, they're dark. I know it probably not showing up very well on the video, but it's a pretty good density. Got a couple little clumps, just space them out. And then before I stack them up, I'm going to obviously spritz them. Next on line, red kale, Russian red kale. Okay, Russian red kale, not one of my favorite vegetables to eat, but we'll see how they are in a microgreen. Figure we'll give them a try. You can see the packaging's here on Everwild. They have the same bag, but they have their picture of the plant right here. And then on the back side, they have their organic red Russian kale, 1 ounce, and it tells all about the planting directions. Red Russian kale has 315 seeds per gram, so I need 2.5. Again, a dark seed, it's probably pretty hard to see. Looks like a pretty good density to me. Push some of these under. Again, I'll wet these down and tamp them before I stack them up. So that's the red Russian kale. So far I think the 800 seeds is working pretty good. Again, if it's wrong, the next time I just plant more or less. That's just how it's going to work. That's the best way, is to experiment. The last one is the coriander. This is the one that worries me. These are bigger seeds. I planted it before. I didn't have much luck growing them as a microgreen, but I'm going to give it another shot. This one only has 80 grams, 80 seeds per gram, so I'm going to need 10 grams. So let me cut that package open and I'll be right back with you. Alright, here's the coriander. It's leisure coriander. Again, there's supposed to be 80 seeds per gram. So for 800 seeds, I'm going to need 10 grams of seed. This is by far the most. They're bigger, larger seeds. Everywhere you read it says coriander is really easy to sprout. I didn't have very good luck with it the first time, but again, this is it. We're experimenting. We're going to give it a try again. So let's pour out 10 grams. Alright, I'm going to change it up here. They're bigger seeds. I think they're just hollow. It looks like a lot of seeds, so I have 4.9 grams in there. Let me get 5. I'll make a note of that on my planting instructions that I put in 5 grams. We'll pour them on and we'll see how they look. This one you'll be able to see. They're nice. So that's 5 grams, or if my count's right, that'd be 400 seeds. I don't know if it's just because they're bigger plants. I don't think I'm going to go with the full 10. I think I'm going to put in a couple more ounces. Well, it certainly looks like a lot of seeds. Again, that's 7 grams. I'm going to make sure I make a note of that and add it into my spreadsheet, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to wet these down, stack them up. I'll talk to you later. Oh, one more thing, the scale. This is just my coffee scale. It's just a cheap scale. It's from Coastline. I just use it for my coffee. I think it costs like $15. It measures in grams, ounces, whatever you want it to measure in. It's very handy. So there you have it. There's my modifications to my microgreen system. First off, I put holes in the bottom of the trays, the small trays, the dollar store trays, to bottom water. And second, I added 800 seeds, or about 800 seeds per variety, to these trays to see if that's the right density. Figured out the average weight of the seeds, and then just did a divisional math problem to figure out how many grams I needed to put on top of the soil surface. So stay tuned to future videos on this, or you can just follow the journey on Instagram too. My Instagram you can find in the cover page or down below, the link to it, or it's really just instagram.com, my view from the woods. There's going to be a blog post published. It's going to be titled something about modification to my microgreen system, and I'll have a giveaway PDF that will have a listing of the average seeds per gram for microgreen seeds. Again, remember, this is just off the internet. This is nothing official. Don't cut my throat if that's not right. This is just the research that I've done. Do your own research if you want to be sure, but it might be a handy tool for you to have. Thank you. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I'd really appreciate you following me along on this journey. Have a good day.